Hello, Internet. This is a puff time. I'm going to be talking about some of the things I went through in 2018, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's This year has felt kind of long when I think back on all the things that happened, but then it also seems very short because of it's already 2019 tomorrow, and pretty sure I'm still stuck in 2004. But seriously, once I got out of high school, time just warped, and now it just passes so fast, and it seems to just all blend together. But then again, when a lot of shit happens to you and you go through a lot of life altering situations, it's pretty easy to get kind of worn down and worn out, especially when it's mental shit. And 2018, I mean, I can't say it's been the worst year of my life because it hasn't. It's it's been the most life lesson year of my life, I think, cuz I had worse years that just never got better, but this year actually got better. And that not just in my personal life, but my relationship life, just all around better. And I haven't had that. So I just kind of wanted to touch on things that I remember, key moments. I'm not going to hit all of them because it's just a lot. And the way I am, I perceive a lot of things differently than most people do. I'm more hypersensitive to some things. Being trans, I think, has really, made a huge impact on that. I think the fact that I'm transgender in a cisgender world, I'm a lot more sensitive to certain subjects or certain things. Does that make me weak? No, it makes me human. So I've seen a lot of growth in myself in just the past couple of months. So let's get into it. January of this year, I had an apartment in Raleigh, and I was in another relationship. And that was that was a rough month because I ended up leaving my job and took a sabbatical, and that's when me and my ex kind of started getting into it, and we started, realizing that we're not at the same walks of life. There was a lot more that she wanted to do that I'd done already. I was over it, you know what I mean? And that's nothing against her, but it's just she was at a different phase of her life than I am. And, I'm not saying immature or anything. I'm just saying when you're a certain age, you want to live a certain way. And when you've gone through a lot of shit and you're another age, you are tired of living that certain way because you've seen it all, you've done it all, So I think that's just where we kind of fell off. So February, I gave up the apartment and we went our separate ways. I ended up moving in with family and getting my job back and starting back from the bottom to work my way back up. And I needed to, I needed to start back at the beginning. I needed to kind of find my roots because I had been so disoriented for January. So February, I started working again as a crew member, and I loved it. I enjoyed being back. I enjoyed having some sort of routine in my life to kind of get me back on track. But then I started picking up every kind of shift I could because I was trying to distract myself from my current or not current. Well, okay, we've jumped back. So current relationship breakup. I was trying to go over that and distract myself from it, so I worked a lot and I wore myself out mentally. Things at where I was staying weren't really a good environment. It was toxic to my transition. There was no support there. So I wanted to move out. I wanted to get my money right so I could move out. That was the only reason I was working so hard. And even when I was off, I would find shit to do to earn money just to get out of where I was because it wasn't healthy for my mental. And So I wanted to get out, so I did. And when I got out, I started hanging around people that I used to hang around before my recent breakup, which was an ex before my recent breakup. So I went back to that stomping ground and ended up moving out there and getting my own place. That was an accomplishment, to get my own place, just me. But it was also detrimental to my growth because it put me right back in the situation that I had left, and it took me so long to get out of. I was right back in it, and I was getting more and more involved, and I shouldn't have. I really shouldn't have, because I had fought so hard to get out of that, and then I went right back to it. But that's part of, I think, my personality is I'm a fixer. I want to try and fix people, and it's draining. I mean, it really is. So I did that, and then I kind of got wrapped up in pills really bad. And I couldn't stop, like, making a cocktail every night of just random opiates and alcohol, and I would just get so fucked up that I didn't know which way was up anymore, and I would just go to sleep. And then I started coping that way, and I started getting into very dark, like, thoughts. And it was rough. I mean, it really was. Those months all blend together. I remember, but it's a blur. There were fights, there were just insane, like, back and forths. Emotions were high. I was all over the place, but I couldn't stop. I really enjoyed just coasting, fucked up. My finances were rough. I was sloppy. I was losing, like, I didn't care how I appeared. I didn't care what kind of attitude I copped at work. Like, I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about the situations that I had put myself in. I didn't care about how dangerous I was living, and I didn't care. I didn't care. And it started to show through my work ethic, not my ethic, but, like, my attitude at work. Like, I would still bust my ass. I don't know how not to, but it was the attitude, the way I carried myself, how I talked to my coworkers and my managers. Like, it was bad. And initially in February, getting the job back, I had said that I wanted to move back up with the company, but this wasn't the way a manager should have been acting. You know, I was off the rails, and I didn't care. You know, people try to pull me aside and be like, yo, like, you need to get your shit together. And I'd be like, yeah, I know I do. And I'd have a breakdown. But in reality, I was too consumed with feeling nothing. So I just kept doing what I was doing, and it was bad. It was really bad. And looking back, it's just, I get it, because I'm an addict. I have that personality. That's just my thing. I get addicted, and it's hard to stop. So I was drowning in my own despair, and I began to get destructive. I mean, I broke 2 mirrors in that trailer by punching them. Like, I didn't care. I was harming myself. I was harming others. I was lost, you know. And like I said, all that's a blur. I think I moved out in May or June, or I can't remember. You know, that's how bad it is. That's how consumed and wrapped back up in my old life I got. So I met Vanessa at the end of August, and everything changed. I mean, it really did. And I don't want to be that cliche, like, you know, sappy, whatever, but I've never felt this way before. Like, I was literally so focused on darkness that I refused to see light. Refused. Like, I was at that point where I was aware of what was going on, and I knew, like, I was drowning and letting myself go, but I didn't care anymore, so I just was doing it. And when we started talking, she was just such a positive, like, person, because she was overcoming struggles that she had, and she was doing it, you know what I mean? Like, she was, like, strong. She's very strong-minded, headstrong, so she was, like, going for what she wanted to do, and it was encouraging. Like, I had lost all motivation to get up off my feet and actually, like, make something of myself. I was getting to the point where I was like, I wasn't saving up for surgery. I wasn't saving up for hormones. I wasn't saving up to transition at all. I was just like, well, this is my life. I don't care anymore. But then I contacted my gender therapist, and I was like, I'm ready to get on hormones. And I wanted to speed that process up, and my therapist was super understanding, because the last time I had talked to her had been January of 2016. So, like, 2 years, you know, and almost 3. So in October, that resumed. We also moved here. I left that trailer behind. I left that neighborhood behind. I left those people behind. I got a vehicle from my childhood best friend's parents for free. Like, they just gave it to me, which was awesome, because I was without a vehicle for so long, but I started doing better. And I was starting to get my life back, and I stopped pills. I stopped fucking with all the, like, shit that was just holding me back. And I haven't done it, you know? I haven't done it. I'm pretty sure the last time I did something, like, opiate or, like, pill-wise was in August. Or, not August, wow. September, I'm pretty sure. So, it's I don't know the exact date, but it's been that easy. Like, and I don't want to say, like, I have it easy, but my, like, getting clean was very easy for me, because I was so distracted. And I'm not saying, like, I couldn't have done it without a distraction, like, and that's how I view it. I view it as my life. It's not a distraction, it's my life. It's my healthy life. It's my healthy way of living. It's not my distraction. Like, I'm not, like, constantly thinking about it, but, like, as long as, you know, something over here is going on, this is not here. No, it's more like, this is where I want to be in this better life, in this more, like, successful life. I got on hormones. I got my letter. I'm going through changes. I'm finally at one of my goals that I never thought I'd get to. And I was stopping myself from getting there because I was destructive. But these last few months of 2018 have been a complete turnaround from the beginning of the year. I'm more mentally stable. I'm on hormones. I'm happy with where I live right now. You know, I'm happy in my relationship. Vanessa has shown me that happiness is out there. She's shown me that soulmates are out there. People who understand you. No matter what you're going through, they understand, and they remain there for you, and they're true. They don't lie to you. They don't give you any reason to doubt that they genuinely care about you and they genuinely want to be with you. She is that to me, and she's never let me down there. Ever. She's reassuring. Like, she doesn't talk down to me. She doesn't make me feel like I'm nothing. Like, she's amazing. And I'm extremely lucky. And she hates when I say that because she doesn't believe in luck. But I do. I mean, not luck, but, like, I don't know. I don't want to say blessed because I don't feel blessed because I don't really know about how I'm feeling about up there. So blessed kind of correlates with that for me because of how I was brought up. But I feel lucky. I feel like I don't deserve her. I feel like I don't deserve the position I'm in of happiness and of, like, overcoming these demons that I've been battling for so long. And I'm not saying my depression's gone. I'm not saying my anxiety's gone. I'm not saying my dysphoria is gone. They're all there because it's my mental, you know? But I'm not on medication. I'm coasting, but I'm not coasting in an unhealthy way. I'm coasting in a good way. I'm getting through it because my mentality is way more positive now. Am I scared? Sure. I suffer from manic depression. That's what I was diagnosed with. So I know I'm going to have moments of mania where like I'm good and I'm stable and I'm like off the walls and it's fine. Because that's the energy I need at my job. That's the energy I need in my life. I need to be able to go, 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 go. But when I get to that point where I'm at the depressive state, that's what I'm scared of. And yeah, I'm scared that I could revert back to that. Because I do have my dark days. I have days where I struggle with dysphoria still. I'm only a month on testosterone, so it's still there. It's very much there. I think once my voice fully drops and once my beard comes in, I'm not going to be as bad off. But I do think that it's going to take more time. But I'm becoming more comfortable with waiting and more comfortable with the patient aspect because I don't want immediate results anymore. I like watching the steady change because I know eventually one day I'm going to wake up and be like, holy shit, I look different. You know, but right now it's gradual and that's fine. Today's T-Day, by the way. Happy T-Day to me. So, yeah. So it's been bumpy. It's been a rocky road of a journey. That made me want ice cream. But it's been rough. It's been rough, but it's turned around. And you know, last year on New Year's Eve, I was alone, even though I was in a relationship. Kind of fucked up, but I was understanding of it, but it was still kind of fucked up because I didn't get to spend New Year's Eve with the person I was with, in a relationship with. And tonight, Vanessa gets off at 5 and we're gonna spend New Year's Eve together and we're gonna be with each other once it turns to 29. You know, it's the little things, those things. It's like I feel this bond with her and this connection that I never felt with anybody else, and I'm good. I'm good, you know? I'm looking forward to 2019. I am. And that's something that I never thought I would say. This is a year I never thought I'd make it to, you know? Like, there's been so many years where I thought I wouldn't make it, and this year was one of them in the beginning. And here I am making it. And I'm excited and eager to go into the new year because I'm ready to see the changes and the things that are going to happen to me on hormones, and I'm ready to see the changes and growth that are going to happen with me emotionally and mentally, and I'm ready. I'm super excited. So, here's to new beginnings. And I'm not going to say new year, new me, because that's basic as hell, but new year, better me. You know, not new me. I'm still me, but I want to be better. I just want to be the better me that I know I'm capable of being. So, new year, better me. I'll catch you guys next year.